Inducted into the Hall this year in the all-around category is Chuck Sheppard. Chuck Sheppard grew up on a ranch where his father raised horses. His dad was a good bronc rider, and he taught Chuck to ride at a very early age. When Chuck was 9 or 10 years old, his dad would put him on a bronc, and Chuck, even at that early age, would ride the bronc 3 or 4 times until his dad felt he was somewhat broke, and then turned the bronc over to someone else to ride. By the time Chuck was 15, he could ride most any of the horses. He also learned to rope wild cattle on the ranch. His background for rodeo was starting at an early age. You might say Chuck Sheppard and rodeo grew up together. He rode his first rodeo in 1932 and turned professional in 1937. About the same time, the Turtles was being formed and asked Chuck to join. He felt he had nothing to lose, and it was necessary just as the PRCA is necessary today. He was crowned world champion team roper in 1946, winning the title based on his Rodeo Cowboys Association points. In Chuck's day of rodeo, there was an IRA and there was the RCA. Chuck felt the IRA was more for the management and the producers of the rodeo, and the RCA was more for the cowboy. He says this left RCA cowboys in a dilemma. Should one compete in events for big money and prestige, or stick to RCA circuit events? They had different point systems, and RCA standings were not necessarily picking up IRA points. Sheppard, a cowboy for the sake of being a cowboy, stuck to his RCA guns. Consequently, he never gained some of the all-around acclaim which he was due. But Chuck maintained that making a living was more important than winning titles. He was more concerned with putting food on his family's table, wherever that table might have been. Chuck Sheppard, while putting food on his family's table, was also able to win numerous championships along the way. To name a few: team roping, Phoenix, Tucson, Salinas, Las Vegas; bulldogging, Boise, Reno, Las Vegas, El Paso, Caldwell; steer roping, Prineville, Oregon; calf roping, National Western in Denver, tying the record with Toots Mansfield and Jack Skipworth; Boise, Nampa, Portland, Lewiston; saddle bronc, Livermore, Helena, Boise, Nampa, Portland, Haywood. The list goes on and on. 2 years ago, at the age of 82, Chuck teamed up with his friend Jerry Christopherson to win the Rope America Team Roping event. With a total combined age approaching 150 years, they were leading going into the short go and never looked back. First place was a very smooth 37:04 on 4, 2 full seconds faster than any other team. Even though PRCA records indicate Chuck Sheppard won only 1 championship team roping in 1946, in Chuck's days of rodeo, he was certainly an all-around champion.